Edward Demakis, Fei Mong Wing Chun, Bothell, Washington. I just had our second sip of tea with Master John DiVirgilio. The first one, he went over hand movements with the knives. And the second one, he focused on footwork. So I really hope if you're just tuning into this one, I really hope you go back and maybe start from the beginning, the very first one, which talks about the first sip of tea speaks of the hand movements with the knives in it. And he calls out the names of these movements and explains it in a little further detail. And the one we just got through was the footwork that goes along with the knives. He doesn't have the knives in his hand. He uses bare hands, but tried to explain to you what the footwork looks like. And so both of those are extremely, extremely good videos to see. A very rare glimpse of a true master that understands these knives. And I say that with all seriousness. I have seen many, many knife sets, and you may have as well, on YouTube or whatever channel, and many of them are not correct. And even if they were close to being correct, a lot of the angles, the posture that where the hands belong, in regards to having the knives and the footwork are not correct either. And so if you are out there wanting to learn the knives or trying to refine your knife set and get a better understanding, those two videos, plus I think the next one coming up, I think he's gonna work on touch drills. They will be very useful to you. Also, if you happen to, John is in Hawaii, and I know he does do some traveling, but if you happen to get, you might be able to set up an opportunity to spend some time with him. I don't know, I don't want to speak for him, but the best thing is to send him an email. I think it's wingchun@hotmail.com. Wing Chun Hawaii. I'll clarify with them. Anyway, he's coming on. Just 1 minute. Hey, John, those first two cup of teas were great. A lot of information.
Okay, we're on.
All right. So the third sip of tea, you're gonna do some demo in regards to touch drills?
Right. So
okay.
Along with the forms, which are the skeleton or your curriculum map, you have to now bring in touch drills. So there are 8 touch skills with the parallel short swords. So some call it 8 chops or 8 stabs or 8 techniques. So hence you have the Baht, right? So shortened to Baat Jam Do. So in the touch drills, some are soft, some are harder, but the main thing is timing touches. So you should do it slow at first and then randomize it so the student gets the idea. So I'll show you the first 4 of the 8. And again, always start walking speed. So Alex Rubio, my longtime student here, will be the poor victim. And so Alex, as he faces me, can you see me?
I can see you.
Can you see my feet a little bit?
No.
No?
Right there, perfect.
Okay, so this is called a slanted or twisted guard. Notice the foot's not forward. So it's harder for me to get to the legs, but the hand is forward. You don't want to press your hand too far across and you expose your hand, right?
Yes.
You get to the low and across. Slanted guard. So the teacher should start the timing with soft touches. He has to do as little as possible. Just change. Just, yeah. So even if he touched, if I were to push through, it should miss him. Change. Right? Push. If I were to push through, I should miss him. So this is called the forward parameter number 1. Your distal parameter triangle to deflect incoming thrust. So, hey, change, change, change. Okay. We got off screen there?
A little bit.
Okay, so. Okay. Okay, Nick, can you follow us? So again, the touch inside, change. Touching inside, let it feel it. Small, move small, miss small. Then I'm gonna change inside, 3, there's 3, outside. Then 3, outside 3. Then random, he doesn't know which sound comes. Then step, leg, right, 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 right. So let me count that for you. Touch drill number 1, done slowly. How to deflect from the forward position. Touch drill 2, how to put shifting forward and disperse to the ground, get cover high. Gong. 2, 3, ding. Bump. Bump. Overhead. 4. And he can shift, come outside, and go for the cut. So touch drills done slowly, and then the speed is picked up and more randomized as the timing gets better. You feel it. And then you go to the small, what they call switches. Switch number 1, if you use overhead, never use bomb. You switch by shifting another view. Okay? Even if I push it against them, he just shifted another view. Yeah. You pull his leg back and counter chop. Pull your leg back and counter chop the other. You keep touching the blue. Oh, careful that. Okay, so switches from the view. Then there's switches from the bomb. So if he's on a slant guard, I touch him by force sand. He just has to lift the D guard. Just lift it and it's misery. Depends how this is, like this or like this. If it's under, he can scoop, come on the outside. All right? Understand? If I push against his D guard, he'll just have to shift and just pull that leg out. And so there's ways of moving the ball. Now, should your ball get caught a little lower, your backhand get caught above, then it's important you scoop it. And so those are the shifts off the view, switches, and off the ball. So you have to be able to shift or switch off the view, then a ball. Ball, keep it later. The view part is the first part you have to work on. So again, those are the first 4 of the 8 touches. They were again 4 parameter deflections, gong, bump, ding, ding. Right? Make sure you bump, but he can still come by. You gotta get your leg out of the way. Yeah. And then lastly, anything overhead is done with a view. Okay, how he feels it. He can shift out to cut this way, or he can switch and cut that way. Those are the first 4 touches. 4 parameter, gong, ding, view. There's something to ponder on. Touch drills must go along with the form. Otherwise, the system is incomplete.
Thank you, John. You know, I think there are many that are practiced outside that don't have any touch drills. I mean, you can see it when they demonstrate their knife set, and it looks like they're actually no use to it, just holding on to a pair of knives. And so,
It is unfortunate, but the touch drills do go along with the forms. Otherwise, the form is nothing. You're just fighting ghosts in the air. You actually got to have a partner to feel the timing touches. And only through timing touches with a partner can you build stickiness, chido. But in modern times, you can't walk on the blade, so I understand people are just in for forms. It's nothing unusual.
now, Alex has been with you for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I've met him, well, now several years ago. I don't remember now. It's been a while.
Yeah. He's a little rusty though. I noticed his timing stickiness wasn't all that good, but not bad. You have to pound up the rust. Once you get it, all you do is come back a few times and the rust will go away and your timing gets up quick. It's like getting reborn again. So as odd as it sounds, sometimes it's okay to go nothing, dormant for 6 months, let everything reset, and refine, rediscover the point of timing, and then you'll be slightly better. It'll come back to you faster and further. Something about taking some time off now and then and coming back to it. So in the return, you found out how far you can go or have gone.
Yes. Well, John.
Okay. So you have 4 things tonight. We went over the formations of hand. We went over the thoughts, some ideals of working with the blades, right?
Yes.
We went over footwork, and then the first 4 of the 8 timing touches.
So, John, if anyone wants to reach out, just to start seeking some training, what's the email again that they should send email to?
You can send it to my email, but I usually refer them off to people that's nearby that know it. I'm semi-retired now, pushing 66.
Yeah. So what is that email?
Wing Chun Hawaii, W-I-N-G Hawaii, H-A-W-A-I-I @hotmail.com.
Okay. All right, John, I'll let you go. And again, I thank you.
Yeah, good night to you.
Yep,
Something
good night.
Ponder. Sit at tea, ponder deeply.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alex. You look good. All right, thank you very much. I'll let you go.
Okay.
Bye. So that concludes our meeting with Master John DiVirgilio, there were 3 actual separate sips of tea. The very first one he did was he demonstrated the movements and called each of those moves out by name. The second video or sip of tea, he focused on the footwork and why it was so important for the footwork to be performed a certain way. And in the third sip of tea, he had one of his old-time students with him, and they did some touch drills. So a little bit of reflection on my end. I've known Master John DiVirgilio for a long time, and he is extremely knowledgeable in regards to Wing Chun itself. I think he also does some other arts, but we consider him the master of the knives. He knows it very well. Trained many, I think he said 15 people, I included. And so I have nothing but high regards for him, his skill, and his teaching method is really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Even after training with John for some time a few years ago, I still am in awe when I get to see him teach and deliver a very honest, from the heart message about how to perform certain movements and why. And he If you go back to the videos from last week, the sips of tea, and there were a few. He actually describes and tells you the story on, how he learned the knives, which took quite some time. Anyway, I will get to speak with him sometime in the future. Don't know when. But until that time, and I will be doing more videos as well. But until that time, until we see each other again, Edward Demankus, Fei Mong Wing Chun, Bothell, Washington, signing out.